Good morning, fam. It's a brand new day, and we're starting with a simple yet powerful routine to unlock your hips and lower back. If your hips feel stiff from sitting too long or your lower back feels tight, this 5-minute session is designed for you. Think of it as a reset button for your body. You won't need any equipment, just a comfortable mat or soft surface to move freely. This flow works perfectly in your living room, bedroom, or even on your patio if you're soaking in some fresh morning air. Today's routine focuses on hip mobility and lower back flexibility, combined with gentle movements to calm and center you. I promise by the end of this routine, you'll feel loose, light, and completely refreshed, ready to tackle anything that comes your way. Let's hit the mat. Let's dive right in with the frog squat to wake up your hips and groin area. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width apart and toes pointed slightly outward. Lower into a deep squat, keeping your back straight and your heels grounded. Place your elbows on the insides of your knees and gently press outward to open up your hips. Hold the position and take deep breaths, allowing your body to relax into the stretch. This stretch is perfect for opening up your hips, stretching your inner thighs, and loosening up your groin area. I promise after this, your hips will feel more mobile and ready for movement. If your heels lift off the ground, place a cushion or rolled towel under them for support. For more comfort, hold on to a sturdy object like a chair for balance. Slowly rise up and take a seat on the mat as we move into seated hip internal rotations. Now, let's strengthen and mobilize your hips with some gentle rotations. Sit on the mat with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Place your hands behind you for support. Slowly drop your right knee towards your left foot and come back to center and drop your left knee towards your right foot. Alternate the movement for 1 minute, focusing on smooth and controlled motion. This movement is great for improving hip mobility and flexibility, essential for pain-free walking, running, and even sitting. I promise you'll feel your hips loosening and your movements becoming smoother. If your hips feel tight, limit the range of motion and move slowly. For more support, keep your back slightly reclined. Let's shift to all fours for a neck stretch. Thread the needle. It's time to release tension in your shoulders and upper back with thread the needle. Start on all fours with your wrists directly under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Take your right arm and thread it under your left arm, lowering your shoulder and ear to the mat. Keep your hips square and your left hand grounded for support. Hold for 30 seconds, then switch sides. The stretch gently releases tension in your upper back, shoulders, and neck. I promise you'll feel lighter and more relaxed with every breath. If lowering all the way to the mat feels intense, use a cushion under your shoulder or head for support. Unwind slowly and come into a kneeling position for semi-hula hoops. Let's bring some flow and movement to your hips with semi-hula hoops. From a kneeling position, place your hands on your hips. Begin to circle your hips in a smooth motion, moving halfway in one direction. After 30 seconds, switch directions. Focus on creating a fluid, controlled movement. This dynamic stretch loosens up your hips, warms up your lower back, and increases mobility in the pelvis. I promise this will feel like a gentle massage for your lower body. If kneeling isn't comfortable, perform this stretch standing with your feet hip width apart. Let's finish strong with the calming child's pose. We're ending with a grounding pose to calm your body and mind. Kneel on the mat, bring your big toes together and open your knees wide. Sit your hips back toward your heels and stretch your arms forward. Resting your forehead on the mat. Take slow, deep breaths, letting your chest sink toward the floor. This stretch gently releases tension in the lower back, opens up the hips, and promotes relaxation. I promise by the end of this pose, you'll feel calm, centered, and completely refreshed. If your hips feel tight, place a cushion between your glutes and heels. Rest your forehead on a block if it doesn't reach the mat. Take one last deep inhale, and as you exhale, slowly rise to a comfortable seated position to close out the session. Fantastic work, fam. In just 5 minutes, you've unlocked your hips, eased tension in your upper body, and started your day with intention and care. Remember, just by showing up, you've already won the day. This is how you build strength and stability, one stretch at a time. Anytime you see that notification bell go off, just press play. And that can only happen if you subscribe to the channel. So join the fam today. Also, don't forget to share the session with your friends and loved ones. Let's spread the love. Be sure to check out the description for a free gift to level up your fitness journey. It's a way of saying thank you for being part of the fam. Stay strong, flexible, and powerful. I'll see you in the next session. Let's go.